Hello and welcome to Wagered on Tilt, everyone. I am T, and today we're going to go back into prop modeling. I'm going to show you how to use Bayesian statistics and kind of break it down a little bit more, show you how we can actually use this for doing some predictions. Now, we're going to do another follow-up video on how you can actually implement this a little bit further and how you can actually try and do some stuff for the NFL. Now, this is part of ways that I do my own model. So please don't think that this is the exact way that you can do it and that by doing this you're going to beat a sports book. This is not enough. You're going to have to evolve it a little bit, but the concept is there. So let's go ahead and discuss the Bayesian statistics within Microsoft Excel. So let's go ahead and build a prop model. Now this prop model is using Bayesian statistics, which basically says that we need to update what we believe based upon new information that we have gained. So this kind of prop model works well for things like receiving yards, passing yards, rushing yards, things like that, whether or not they're going to make the catch. So right now what we're going to go ahead and do is go over receptions. Could be a tight end, wide receiver, running back. It doesn't really matter. But what we want to figure out, what is the true probability that someone is going to make a catch? So here you can see that I have player catch probability. So we're going to just assume that our NFL player has a 75% chance of making a reception, and we're going to call this A. Then we're going to say that the defense tends to allow players to make a reception 40% of the time, and we're going to call that B. We also have the number of simulations, which is going to be 10,000. So again, we have the player catch probability, the probability that the defense allows for a catch to be made. Now, if you were to just simply take that information and say, okay, I'm going to say equals this number here times this number, we're going to get 30%. So if you were to just take this information and multiply it across, right, you're going to see there's a 30% chance the player is going to make a reception. However, this information is too flat. It doesn't have enough information baked into it. So that's where Bayesian statistics comes in. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is say, based upon this information, if a player has a 75% chance to make a reception, which is A, what is the probability that they don't make the reception in general? It doesn't have to be against this team, because in the NFL you have small sample sizes, so it could be against anybody. So I would then say 1 minus A, which is going to give us 25%. So there's a 75% chance this player makes a reception, 25% chance that they don't. Maybe they got butterfingers 25% of the time. And then we're going to do the same thing with the defense. Well, if the defense allows them to make the reception 0.4 or 40% of the time, what is the probability that they're going to stop them from making the reception? Well, they're going to stop them 60% of the time. And again, you can get this information based on game-by-game intel. You can get it from team statistics. So you can use Pro Football Reference. You can use team stats and team rank and things like that. Or you can use play-by-play statistics. You can do whatever you need to get the general statistics in here that you're going to be needing. So in here, we want to calculate what is the probability of a successful catch made. So we're just going to say A times B, right, which is, again, our basic 0.3. Okay, well, yeah, there's that of a chance of a 0.3. Well, we also need to know what is the chance of them dropping the ball. Well, them dropping the ball based upon this information, because, again, they drop it or the defense stops them, is going to be about a 15% right there, right? So to calculate that, all we're doing is we're going to go ahead and use this formula. So we're going to be saying what is 1 minus A, so the chance that they drop it, times the chance that the defense stops it. And that's going to give us that 0.15. So here we've broken down the Bayesian formula so that we're going to be able to use this in the formula itself. So the actual catch probability for a wide receiver is going to be B7, which is this one, right? The probability of success, divided by the probability of success plus the probability of failure. When we go ahead and do that, we're going to come out to 67%. So now that we know that this player has a 67% chance of making the reception, we want to simulate that out now, because we need to know, okay, Just because the number says that could happen, we want to introduce some variance. So that's where a Monte Carlo system can come in. You can run a whole bunch of simulations to try and calculate this. So here I went ahead and just put trial and then R1 and then outcome. Trial meaning, of our 10,000 that we're going to be running, what trial number is that? This is going to be a probability, and we're just going to use rand and then open and close parenthesis. In Excel, that's just going to give you a number between 0 and 1. So here, again, it's just a random number. And then here, we're going to have a basic formula that is going to say if this random probability is less than or equal to the probability of our player making a catch, mark it as 1. Otherwise, mark it as 0. So what this is going to do is give us a simulation for a target, whether or not the player is going to make the reception. So again, you need to really understand that this model here is merely calculating the probability for a player to make a single reception. So not all receptions or multiple receptions. That is a more elaborate model that we're going to demonstrate later in a different video. So if I just wanted to do this one at a time, I could run the simulation multiple times. So let's just assume I think that this player is going to get 5 targets. Maybe the book has them marked at 4.5 receptions and it's juiced heavy to the over. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm just going to assume they're going to go 5, maybe 6 targets, and I think they'll make that many receptions. Or maybe you have an understanding of how many targets that player usually has. So we'll say 8. Maybe the wide receiver gets 8 targets in a game. So you're going to set up the simulation 8 times. Now what you're going to be able to do is just run through and sum that information. So here what we're saying is if this information is 1, divide it by 2,000. So in this model, what we're going to do is we're just going to go down to the bottom here, right? So we're doing this 12,000 times. So if we go ahead and go back up, I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, so for the first target that this player is receiving, I'm going to say count if any of this information through all this info, if it is a 1, we're going to count it, and we're going to divide it by 12,000. So for this formula, what we're going to say is count how many times in the outcomes it is a 1. Then divide that number by 12,000, because again, we're simulating it 12,000 times. And if that number is less than or equal to our probability, we're going to say he made the catch. Otherwise, we're going to say he dropped the ball, right? 1 is for success, 0 is for failure. And what you can do is, again, take this information, copy and paste it multiple times, and then just update this formula here so it's looking at the new outcome column. So what that would somewhat look like, let's go ahead and take this, and we're just going to move it over here. And we're going to make sure that this is all pointing to the right location. F to F using B11, K, great. And this info, I'm just going to go ahead and paste this down. You can also change these out. You don't need to use row. I was using that because it makes it nice and easy. You can also put in a list, click and drag on that corner and get your new list. So in here, we'll go ahead and take this and move it over. Make sure that this is still pointing to the right cells, which it is. And then we'd say for target number 2, let's actually go ahead and use J. So we're going to go ahead and say, look at J's outcomes divided by 1,200 and see if it's compared to the catch probability here. And then we can do this again. So let's just say this player gets 3 targets. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to get rid of those other 3, and we're going to just take this information, and again, we're going to change, and we're going to look at this column over here. There we go. So now, the first target, they made the catch. The second target, they made the catch. The third target, they failed. So you can go ahead and run this information again and again and again. So ways that you can do that, you can click into a cell, hit enter, and it recalculates the formula. You can click the delete button, and it'll run through this way, right? And you can see these numbers are flipping around, but for a majority of them, it's going to 2. So let's just say this player had, for whatever reason, their expectation was 1.5 receptions. Well, looking at this, a majority of these are going 2. Rarely, like here, we have 1 reception, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, right? And as you click through it, you can see that the simulation is running this 12,000 times, and you can go ahead and make that calculation and see whether or not they're going to make this. So in this last one that we ended on, they would have made the reception all 3 times on all 3 targets. So now you can start calculating, okay, if I think this is what it's going to be, let me go ahead and see what the receptions are going to be on the sports book. So that was it. It's pretty simple once you understand the overlying layout, right? It is the probability of a specific event occurring divided by the probabilities of all the other types of event that occur. So for a catch, right, in football, it would be they caught it or they didn't. There's no other outcome. If you find this information useful, helpful, or entertaining, feel free to like and subscribe. Also share it around with anybody that you know that might get some useful information out of these videos and improve their modeling. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll respond as quickly as I can. You can reach me on X at WageredOnTilt or in the unabated Discord as VT. That is it from me today. Until next time, happy wagering.